Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Early Career Academic, where I discuss how I attempt to achieve my personal and professional goals as an academic. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I am participating in Academic Writing Month this month, the month of November, and it's going pretty well. Today I had a huge win, so I'm feeling like $1 million because there were a few days there that I didn't actually get to do almost any writing, but because I'm at the end of a manuscript project, today I was able to wrap it up and submit it. So I'm feeling amazing right now. Let me just tell you guys, I have been sitting on this project for so long. I mean, I'm writing about research I literally conducted in the year, I guess technically it was 2018, 2019, and here we are in 2021, but that's academic life for you, hashtag academic life. So if you're unfamiliar and you're joining the channel for the first time, Academic Writing Month is like National Novel Writing Month, like NaNoWriMo, but for academics. So it's a little different. We're not kind of sprint writing, or at least most of us aren't, I don't think. I'm really just trying to move the needle on some academic writing projects that otherwise would kind of lay dormant in this time when we are currently grading and giving feedback and so on and so forth. So as I said, feeling amazing. I'm actually going to go ahead and do my little like nerdy reward for myself whenever I actually get some writing done. Let me go ahead and put my little laptop character sticker right here. I also got some feedback to my students this morning, so today has actually been pretty amazing from a productivity standpoint. I think I'm like kind of cheerful because we're approaching the end of the semester, so the good news is that we're nearing the end. I will be able to relax soon. So I'm gonna go ahead and put submission as well, just to like do a little character dance. Submission, yay. So as I said, that just makes me feel amazing. Love that this project now I can cross off my list. All these little steps I did complete today. As you can see, I had designed this to be done in week 1. Obviously that didn't happen. We are technically in week 3 now of November. Yes, I think that's accurate. So my plan didn't exactly work. However, it did work, you know, because just because you shoot for the stars doesn't mean you won't end up on the moon. And that's kind of what happened with me. This project has been just sitting, waiting with great feedback from my writing group on it for so long. And now it is off my desk and I can move on. I have a conference coming up and I need to pull materials together for it. So that is probably going to be what I do the rest of this week, especially given the time constraints that I have in this particular week. So this is easy though, because I'm recycling old material for a new context. So that's probably what I'm gonna do if I have time before my next writing group meeting on Friday. And then the rest of November, I'm going to tackle this project. And I do not expect to have, you know, obviously this ready for publication at the end of this month, but it would be really nice to have at least a draft that I can give to my writing group, and then we'll see how it goes, because I am going to try to take like a really good break over the winter break so I don't come into the spring semester really burnt out. So what I might do is get a draft together, get it to my writing group if they have time to take a look at it. This is busy time for all academics, and then marinate on the article for a bit before I process the feedback. So that is the plan for that. I also just wanted to quickly say, if you've been watching my videos, you know that for the project I just finished today, I started with feedback from my peers, which I wrote down on this list and then crossed off as I processed it in the paper. And then I went to the journal itself and they have a submission checklist, and I went and I wrote down all the things that I would need to pull together before submitting. One thing that wasn't in this checklist that didn't occur to me until I was in the middle of the submission process was a cover letter. You're gonna laugh because you're like, Tanya, how long have you been an academic? You know you need a cover letter for a manuscript. And I guess abstractly I knew this was true, but in the past, my publication history has been going through like special issues with people I know, or answering a call for papers, like for an edited collection or something, which doesn't require a cover letter. So I completely forgot. I did a really quick Google check, like, please tell me how to write a cover letter for the submission of an academic journal article. Luckily, the internet saved the day and told me exactly what I needed in it, and I pulled that letter together before I clicked submit. So I also today, the main work I did today was finishing the appendix of resources and making sure that the citations matched in the paper with what was in the bibliography. So that was kind of the main things that I needed to do today, as well as sort of like some of these smaller things like look at the abstract, create some highlights, keywords, that kind of thing, like these sort of miscellaneous things. And I just wanted to put it on your radar because while these aren't like the most important part of your writing process, they are stuff that can trip you up, especially if you're like, I'm going to submit today, and then you realize you have all these steps left. So I just want to prepare you, if you are an early career academic and you haven't published a whole lot, that this might be something that happens to you too. Not to mention you're going to have to navigate the journal's bizarre submission system. So just, set aside some quiet time where you're not super distracted so that you're making sure you're following all the steps and you're, able to get through the antiquated submission system that most journals have. The other thing I wanted to just commentate on, for those of you who are academics, you'll appreciate this. They gave me options for publication in this process, like if it gets published, what do I want, right? And the options were either pay $3,000 to the journal to do open access, which means that anyone can read it immediately upon publication, or choose the subscription model, which is free to me, but is then behind a paywall for everyone else. So you have to go through your institutional access or pay the journal directly to read my article. I don't know about you, but I don't have an extra $3,000 sitting around to create an open access journal. I mean, I know that a lot of academics right now are choosing to publish in journals which are open access and free as well, like free to the author. I would love that, but the truth is that I need some publications that are in what we call like prestigious journals in our fields, just in case. Like, I'm not entirely sure where the rest of my career is going to go, and I want to be able to have some flexibility there. And that's just sort of the sad state of the world. So the good news is that the 24 months after publication, I can post my article wherever I want and they don't care. It does kind of suck that that's the only options that we're given, is like pay $3,000 or hide behind a paywall. But it is what it is. That's the end of my griping. So I would love to know in the comments, how is your academic writing month going? Are you making progress on your goals? Don't let my win intimidate you in any way, shape, or form. As I said, a lot of it was sort of checking off these last minute things, to pull the manuscript together. And the other thing I wanted to say before I close is that I do not think what I submitted today is 100% exactly what I would have submitted if I was in the summer term or in the winter break. My focus is a little bit stretched. I mean, I gave feedback to 100 students this week on their projects. So I know that my brain is not operating at peak capacity, but that's okay, because here's the deal. It doesn't matter how long I linger over it, how many times I read it, or all those things. It's always going to be, I could always make it better. And it will never get published that way. So what I will say is release your darling at some point when you feel like it is at least complete enough not to get a full-on desk rejection. So stay tuned. I will let you know, possibly months and months from now, what happens with that manuscript. And I will press on with my other writing tasks for the month, feeling again like $1 million. So I wish you all luck in your writing endeavors. Please let me know how it's going. If you like this kind of thing and you want to see more of it in future videos, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and share with your networks if you can. Have a good one. I'll see you back here for Plan With Me on Friday.